I have friends! Hooray! It's not just me this time. After my little soliloquy down memory lane, it's nice to actually have some other podcast hosts in here with me this time. Thank you, Chris from the Bengals and Bill from Broncos. Guys, how was your Thanksgiving?
It was really great.
I can't complain. We always host, cook a lot of food. It was good. The week after here, just the catch up that is less fun at work, but we're here. I'm here. I'm back. It's been a while. I missed you, Mike.
Oh, I'm touched in places I shouldn't talk about. Anyways, things we should talk about are the playoff picture here. We have one more week, but plenty of things still to be decided on. Even some final playoff position in the AFC still up in the air. So some good fun there. And then obviously with the NFC basically set with the 7 teams just all over, but the order, of course, we had to make the last week of the year as intriguing as possible. So let's go ahead and start with the AFC because you guys are the only 2 teams in the running for the 1 seed in the AFC still. So I think it's basically if Bill wins, he gets the bye. If he loses and Chris wins, he gets the bye because there's no way you're making up 300 points.
Yep.
Yeah. The opposite reaction will get one of us the bye week. If we both do the same thing, Chris has to find 400 points.
I'd have to find a lot.
300 points over whatever I score this week.
Look,
now,
there's part of me that wants to win in any league I'm in. If Chris dropped over 400 points, I would just kind of say, okay, well done. Please enjoy the first seed. Like I don't think anyone's got about like the 390s.
No. I think it's 360 or something is the record. But anyway, I've not followed fantasy that closely the last month or so. Coming back to it, taking a look. I check in on the chat periodically. I'm glad I'm back here. I saw a lot of comments on how I had already written off this week due to buys, which is true. I had like looking at my team, I've got like half a team. However, now that we're finally to the week and I can click on the matchup page and take a look at me versus Ravens, he is missing a decent amount of people as well. Like I don't think he's missing quite as few critical guys as I am. But there is a world in which I beat him, which makes it all sort of fun for the playoff picture. I was talking to Ravens earlier today, and yesterday, sorry, and he was running through the possible seeding for it, and with Goose losing last week, there are a lot of scenarios that can play out with this. Again, it's Bill and I looking for 1 and 2 seed, a massive cluster for the wild card positions for the rest of the league, which makes it a lot of fun in the AFC.
Yeah, the AFC wildcard race is incredible. And I think that, now I might be wrong about this. I don't remember the projections that the Lions did a couple weeks ago, but I don't think that the expectation was for the Chiefs to lose 2 in a row and then potentially lose out after this week, causing incredible chaos in the AFC wildcard race.
Yeah, like if we look at this a bit further, right? So it's Bill and I at 1 and 2. So let's say like most likely outcome, Bill gets 1, I get 2, right?
Yep.
Colts slots in at 3, Bills is in at 4, and then the wild card 5, 6, and 7 are divided up between Browns, Ravens, Steelers, Chiefs, and Raiders. There's 3 spots for 5 teams fighting for it.
I did not realize Raiders was still in the race. I thought
and all those teams are 11-5 or better. Like right, Browns and Chiefs are 12-4. Ravens, Steelers, Raiders are 11-5. And if we look at the matchups, Browns and Steelers are playing each other, right? So the loser of that game, I believe, is just knocked out.
No, yeah. Browns is in. So Browns loses, he's still in.
How can Browns get in if he loses to this? Is it points for him?
Browns is 12-4 and Steelers is 11-5.
Right, but so if Steelers wins, then they're both 12-5.
Yeah, they'd have the same division record then.
Yeah. and then it'd be points.
Browns would edge them on points.
So it would be Browns, Steelers, and Chiefs would be the 3 wild cards.
Not necessarily.
So look,
okay.
guys, just look at the spreadsheet.
What spreadsheet?
The Lions.
The Lions spreadsheet.
I don't.
The Browns and Chiefs, according to Lions, have a 0% chance of missing the playoffs. So they seem to be pretty well locked in. It's the last spot that's up in the air.
Yeah. Who did you say was locked in? The Chiefs.
Again,
I haven't looked at the analytics chat in a while, so I've missed this. So this is all new to me as well.
That's the other thing. If the Steelers win, they still may miss the playoffs.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Raiders has every chance to be 12-5, but I don't think that's crazy. He has a 35% chance at the 7 seed.
So with chatting with the Ravens, when he had mocked out like where he falls and like on it, he is assuming like if he's in the playoffs, he's assuming he's the 6th seed. Like either he's the 6th seed or he's not in it when he was going through it. So like he goes like if Steelers and Chiefs win, 4-way tie with him and Steelers, Browns, and Raiders, and points scored that puts him at 6 and Browns at 7.
Mm-hmm.
And then Browns win, Chiefs lose, same scenario. Chiefs get in at 7th. If Steelers somehow win, he bumps up all the way to 5th on there, and then Chiefs and Browns at 7th. So like the odds for Steelers getting in is tiny. I can't even
11%
possible. Yeah. Just I don't know, man. This is
I think it's basically he has to win and Ravens and Raiders have to lose.
They need to lose badly. Yeah.
Raiders is probably not losing to the Chargers.
I mean, you lost to the Chargers.
I thought I wasn't going to lose to them either. But
they have Chargers has no Burrow anymore, right?
Burrow's out. Right. Burrow went off that week, so.
Oh God, the most entertaining result though would be if the Jets win, the Bills lose, and the Jets make up 135 points or 132 points. The 0.1% chance that the Jets make the playoffs.
I want Stroud in the playoffs. That'd be fun.
That would be fun. Although if you're the 2 seed, you'd be playing him.
I'm
sorry. No, he's be the 4
no,
seed.
he's the 1. So I'm the 2 seed. So like if we're going
Yeah.
by like most likely probability, I'm playing either the Chiefs or the Raiders as the 7 seed with me at the 2 spot.
Yeah.
And then Colts is at the 3 seed is going to match up with probably the Ravens, maybe the Browns.
Good luck.
And then Bills is matching up likely again with Browns. Or God, it messes up. Like there's so many options on how it matches up. Again, the discussion Ravens and I had where we were trying to figure out like what's the likelihood that him and I run into each other early in the playoffs. We didn't want that because again he's got a team that can pop off. I mean, a lot of teams can pop off in the AFC, but just from probability perspective, neither of us wanted to play each other. And right now it's looking like we won't. But I don't know. Like I'm happy. I don't have much going on this weekend. I've got a light work schedule. Like I can actually sit, enjoy the games, follow how all these matchups play out across the team. My matchup with Ravens, Browns and Steelers going on, Broncos and Chiefs. Like those are 3 AFC games that are worth following, even if you're not involved in those matchups.
Yeah, I'm sick in the head though. I can't look at the score until Sunday night. I'm too superstitious with it. Like, I have a general idea of like, okay, who's on my team and whose name do I want to hear. But then when I was playing Goose, I wouldn't actually look at the score. I would be like, oh God, that sounds like a Goose player, and search who the player was and figure out what team they were instead of looking at the score. So, like I said, when I say I'm sick in the head, I really do mean it. Yeah, it's going to be a good weekend for that. For those who try and track. Shit, yeah, and then Bill getting a free pass to the second round in that scenario, and you guys have to figure it out against the 3 wild cards.
Hey, all I know is I kind of want Chiefs to be the 7.
So,
If
well,
someone,
if Chiefs is 7th, that puts me against him. So
Yeah.
one of us two,
if he somehow gets past you, which is highly unlikely, I want him 3 times,
and then you play him.
and then go 3-0 against his ass this year.
You do understand though, like if he got 7th, I'm 2 seed. Let's think of the scenario where he beats me and then matches up against you and beats you. Like that would be all time like worst possible outcome in terms of what we'd hear in chat for the remainder.
This would be this would be the darkest timeline.
I don't think we have to worry about that happening at all.
I don't think we do. It's just, no. I love as we get close to playoffs. I love the fact that we've spent all off season jockeying for position, trading up to the deadline, like trying to get ourselves in position, and now it's truly a any given Sunday type of event. Like we could have a bad week and your whole season's done, even in best ball, just because your guys didn't show up one week.
Yeah.
I love it. It makes it fun. I'm
It's
really
like
excited.
if you've been like seen like the NBA games where it's like the baby race where the moms like have to let the baby go when they have to crawl to like half court for like a line or something like that, and it's like, okay, we've all let go of the babies. Mine's crawling backwards. Your guys have the lead, and you're hoping to hang on to it. But then you got someone kind of coming sideways at you, and like, oh shit, this guy's gonna tackle my baby instead of actually letting them finish. Yeah, it's
What? I don't fully follow, but yeah, it's
okay. So maybe you've seen it, or like animal races or something like that. I feel like,
I've never raced a baby to the half court line. Like,
man, you haven't lived. You haven't lived until you race those babies. Yes,
okay.
this is where we end up on the podcast.
Nope. All right, so that's AFC. So AFC wild card is 5 teams, 3 spots. The Steelers have the least likely shot of making it, but there's still a chance. What does the NFC look like?
Well, we're all locked in for the 7 teams, but except for Giants having locked up the 1 seed, there's a lot of coin flips going on. Basically, a coin flip between me and Buccaneers for who gets the 2 seed, who's the 3 seed. There is a potential where if Jeremy beats me by 134 points, he would jump me for the division title. But barring that happening, how's that a 0.8% chance? But it's 110, like it's a 0.1% chance in the AFC. I don't know. Anyways,
I see Rams locked up the 4 seed.
Yep.
As well. You guys are a lot more boring than us.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, this is lame.
Yeah, this.
I do appreciate that Panthers lost out on the 5 seed, like entirely. Like there's nothing that he can do to get it back.
Oh wait, I didn't even realize this. There is a non-zero chance that I could be the 6th seed. If both the Packers and the Cowboys score enough to overtake me on points, which would be again have to be a plus 130 for Jeremy and a plus 150 or so for the Cowboys, I could end up as the 6th seed. That'd be hilarious.
So like the best part about this is that the AFC East and the NFC South could both be totally different tomorrow after stat corrections, because the Jets could actually lose that game to the Panthers based off of like a 3-point swing.
Oh man.
Which I certainly hope that doesn't happen, because this has been fun.
Yeah, but yeah, the suspense is killing me. So I don't know how you guys do this every year. I'm ready to get back to tanking. Anything else you guys want to talk about with the NFC? Like you said, it is kind of boring.
It's boring, man. Like,
I mean, like right now, what are the matchups for the first round of the playoffs? It's Vikings.
So, but if we assume Mike is 2 seed, his most likely competitor is Panthers.
Yeah. I don't feel
Like
awesome about any of the wild cards. If my team was playing well and healthy, it'd be one thing, but Dobbs might get benched. Higgins, who knows what the hell's wrong with him? Noah Brown, like I could limp into that game without a quarterback and hoping for for Darius Davis and Sky Moore to save me as my top 2 receivers. So things could get bad for me in a hurry.
I think the biggest matchup to avoid in the NFC is whoever it's going to be matched up against Bucks.
Yeah,
on there. So again, assuming Bucks takes 3 seed, you're looking at
the Cowboys.
It looks like the Cowboys, and we can hear another week of him complain about how he'd beat 80% of the other teams, but not the team he's up against. Like I for the NFC, it's probably Giants and Bucks are the top 2, like cream of the crop teams right now in terms of team health and what they've got put together. And then the rest of you guys just kind of scrapping it out just below that level. But I would pray that I wouldn't be matched up against Bucks as an NFC team going into playoffs.
Yeah. He is the NFC's version of the Ravens.
Yeah.
We'll see. Hey, I got him once this year, so maybe I'll be lucky enough to do it twice. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, and the Bills just beat him. So I guess
It's true.
Anything is possible. Anything really to touch on from a taxi claim? No trades.
No
fun waiver wire.
No trades.
Oh, Eagles got Carlos Basham
through a waiver claim, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, he got Boogie, but nobody really cared.
Maybe he'll be good next year.
That is always the hope with some of these guys.
Mm-hmm. Oh, man.
All right. Well, we'll go ahead and close it down. 20 minutes at this point is kind of a good run based off where we are. Next week, we'll have the playoff matchups locked in. We can do some more in-depth previews and pontification because we'll actually have some more reliable information. So appreciate you guys joining. Appreciate the quick one for those who listen in. And good luck this week for those of you who are trying to win. For those of you who are jockeying for draft position, I think outside of the top 2, everything's wide open. So, go get what you need.